In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you might add students anonymously and without requiring their emails. So I'm going to start in my team. I'm going to go to Manage Team Members, and I'm going to click this check mark next to Do Not Collect Names and Emails. This is our FERPA and COPPA compliant way of adding students to your team. And from there, if I want to invite them, all I have to do is send them this link. And this is what they'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a new incognito window. And when my students copy and paste that link into their browser, they'll be given a random username. They can add their own, Unicorn Dynasty. Cool, okay. And then they could also add their own password. Then when they create an account, they'll be a part of your team, and that's all the information they'll need to log into Replit next time. So again, does not require any personal identifying information such as their name. It doesn't require an email address. All it requires is a username, whether random or their choice, as well as a password. Now, for those of you teachers who are working with much younger students and maybe you want to pre-assign them accounts, you want to make sure that all of their usernames follow a specific format and that all of them are able to log in, you can do that. I'm going to take the same route. I'm going to make sure Do Not Collect Names, Emails is checked off. And I'm going to open up this link in a new browser, actually. Right. And I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste the link in again. From there, I can give my students normalized usernames. So for example, maybe you have student ID numbers, maybe you want to just use their first name, last name, and then your class name, something like that. That's not too specific, but can help you identify them. So maybe I would do Lena Vu, LV, and then like Gates, CSS class, or something like that, whatever. But it's got my initials, and then I'll put in the password for them, and then I'll create the account. So you can keep track of them this way by creating their username for them, creating a password for them, and then in class distributing their login information for them. This is especially good if you need to create student accounts in bulk, and especially for much younger students. Always be careful with passwords. I think it goes without saying, but I'll remind you here as well. Now, the last trick I'm going to show you, which is also especially helpful for young students, is this little lock right here. So let me rewind. I went to Manage Team Members, and all of my students who were added while this privacy mode was on will have this little lock next to their name. And from here, I can change their password. So if Cam, for example, forgets their password, cannot remember it for the life of them, I can go ahead and change it for them. This is especially lovely if you are literally in the same classroom as them and can do it with them looking over your shoulder. But it can work in any way. So that's what those little locks are for, are to reassign your students' passwords. All right. Next reminder, with these passwords, just make sure that you're following our usual password requirements, so in terms of length, characters used, etc., or else they won't stick. All right, that's it.